Alright. Microphone is now on the side, so I'm not bumping it every time I move my leg. And also, I got room to move my arm and stuff, so that's cool. My life got a lot more complicated in the past couple days, so I'm not gonna go into it, but anyways, I'm still doing this, and it's still fun. In fact, it's my one thing, so I'm gonna play the game. I might end up. I know I said I was gonna just go. God damn it! I pressed the start instead of the fucking. I meant to load. I meant to load the game. Is what I meant to do. That's what happens when I try to talk. Is I get distracted. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah. I think I might just do like a chapter. These might just be short ones. I don't know. We'll see how I feel at the end of the chapter. If they're short ones, I think I'd be okay with that. If they're like 2-hour streams, I don't know. That's still okay. Anyways, I'm gonna play the game. I need this. I know this feeling. Reading Steiner. The D-mail worked. Give me some funny music, I beg of you. I need the funny. I need the funny, quirky music. My movement is staggered. I place my hand against the wall to hold myself up. After recovering from the side effects of reading Steiner, I move on to check the current situation. Checking the current situation. I immediately look down at my right arm. It twitches. Wait, no, that's something else. It's gone. Future gadget number 12, the infernal machine that had been torturing Kurisu and I up till now, has vanished without a trace.
Yes.
Oh, Mayuri, you have no idea how happy I am to see you. Mayuri pauses what appears to be her homework to look up at me.
No. Oh, yeah. ちょっといいアイデアを思いついてな。
またどうせろくでもないこと考えたんでしょ。
Kurisu unleashes her snark on me as she grabs a drink from the fridge. I attempt to casually pry her for information.
なあ、助手。未来ガジェットの開発は今どこまで進んでいる？
Okabe and casual these do not mix. He is incapable of being casual or subtle, anything of the like.
何号機まで完成した？
あんた頭大丈夫？さっき円卓会議とやらで自分で言ってたじゃない。
いいから答えろ。何号機だ？
Casual, very casual.
11号機よ。
Then that means... So, after the phone wave, name subject change, it looks like we went on to make number 9, Return of the Tear-Stained Goddess, number 10, Surprise Specs, and number 11, One Scoot Prevails. I fucking love these names, dude. This is exactly the scenario I had hoped for. In this world line, I had rejected Ferris's idea for number 12. The D-mail appears to have worked just as planned. My body awash with relief, I sit down on the couch. Mayuri stretches out off to my side.
Nani? さっき始めたばっかりじゃない。そんなに忙しいの？
メイクインのアルバイトが大変なんだ。
At Ferris's behest, Mayuri has apparently been working double shifts over the cafe.
イクイーンに行ってもマユシいるよね。
Oh yeah, Daru's here apparently. Daru takes a break from watching a Nikonia video live stream to chime in.
マユリがいるとお客さんが増えるからじゃないの？ほら、マユリって可愛いし。
That she be.
わけじゃないんだよ。
She doesn't elaborate. Curious. Mayuri's cell phone starts to ring. She grabs it from her bag and checks to see who the caller is before lifting it to her ear.
もしもし、フェリスちゃん？
Unsurprisingly, it's from Ferris.
今から？
Mayuri glances at the pocket watch she always carries with her. She frowns a bit before nodding to her cell phone and answering.
あんまり遅くまでは無理だけど、大丈夫だよ。じゃあ、これから行くね。
I feel like the music's a little loud. Did it go back to default or something? It's just a wee bit loud. Just a teensy bit. Actually, you know what? Maybe if I just turn up the voices. Try that. After hanging up, Mayuri begins to pack all her homework into her bag.
メイクインに行くのか？
今日バイトの予定だったミヤちゃんがね、辞めちゃったんだって。人手が足りなくて困ってるらしいな。
なんですと？ミヤニャンが辞めた？
Daru suddenly leaps up out of his chair. I often forget that May Queen has more than 2 maids. I'm gonna be honest. I often forget that it's not just Mayuri and Ferris. Like, they have other employees. They do exist. Considering how often Daru's at May Queen Nyanyan, it's not terribly surprising that he's familiar with all the maids there.
残念だけど、そうみたい。
今度オリジナルの PC を組んであげる約束してたのに。ブロークンハートだお。
Love is dead.
ダルくん、元気出して。
ありがとうマユシ。ちなみに今のをもっと優しく言ってくれればさらに元気出るかも。
ダルくん、元気出して。
そうそう、それでね、元気の部分を取っちゃってください。
Daru, why are you the worst? Stop it. Don't.
ダルくん。
Don't. God damn it.
やめんか超特変態か。
Get bodied. Karisu and I simultaneously smacked the living hell out of our perverted companion. Well
怒
deserved.
ってるのおかり。
Oh my hearing.
お前は知らなくていい。ほら、さっさとメイクインに行ってこい。
Mayuri grabs her bag and hurries outside. With everything said and done, I take a moment to inspect the lab and the future gadgets. The results of my examination reveal that number 11 is where the production line ends, and that there aren't any huge differences between this world line and the last.
何？これで一安心だな。
I let out a sigh of relief. But unbeknownst to me, a new, more powerful threat was looming in the shadows. The afternoon of the next day, I'm out shopping in Akiba with Mayuri. Also, I have a mail. Luka! Hello, after practicing with Samidari for so long, I started to feel that like maybe I put on some muscles. I went to go lift the power stone at our shrine, but it's still way too heavy. I bet you'd have no problem picking it up, Kyoma-san. You mean that round one? Yeah, I assume it's the round one, Okabe. Oh yeah, didn't I get a wallpaper? I swear if it's just Moika's face, it's probably Moika's face. Let's be real. Well, would you look at that? It's Moika's face. I'm like, nah, we'll keep the Goldupa. I had a new idea for a gadget that could replace number 12, so I came here to get the necessary parts. Akiba's busier than usual for a Sunday, with crowds populating not just Chuodori, but the back alleys as well. I feel like I'm going to lose track of Mayuri the second I take my eyes off her. The fact that she can use Stardust Handshake or Sneaking Fade to just up and vanish doesn't make things any easier for me. That's why I need to be extra careful. Unfortunately, my keeping my eyes locked on Mayuri means that I'm barely paying attention to the crowds in front of me, and I end up bumping shoulders with someone. I swear to God, if it's fucking... If it's... Hatman McGee. What's his fucking name? Fordo? No, it's Ferris. Okay, we're good. Every time Okabe, like, bumps into somebody, it's that fucker. Every time. I hate that guy.
フェリスちゃん、てってれー。マユシも一緒かにゃ。お買い物かにゃ。
Ferris glances down at my bag.
あのね、お風呂とメイドとパンダを作るんだよ。
I'm intrigued. I am beyond intrigued by this. A floating maid panda? Please elaborate.
メイドとパンダではない。フルオートメイズパンナーだ。
Oh. I'm immediately less interested. It's a fully automated popcorn cooking device. Cooking popcorn at home is more trouble than it should be. You have to put the seeds in the frying pan, make sure they don't burn. It's all a hassle, and your arms get tired too. This has to be like a Japanese thing. I've never made popcorn in any other way than just putting it in the microwave. I guess I didn't really know you can make popcorn in a pan? What? Am I losing my mind? Anybody who has ever made the instant popcorn you can find in stores knows exactly what I'm talking about. Hence the Reborn number 12, the latest future gadget. All we have to do is exchange the head of a shoulder massage device with a frying pan, and then attach a heater to its bottom. This sounds like the fire hazardiest future gadget that's ever been made. After that, just put the popcorn, butter, and salt into the machine and hold it. Ta-da! Popcorn! The wide world of kitchens will be revolutionized by this breathtaking advancement in culinary service. Science. Culinary science is what he said. By the way, maize is actually another word for corn. I just thought it sounded cooler. As for panner, I thought that's just a word I made up by adding some extra letters to pan. I was thinking he was making it was like a play on Panzer, like a fucking tank, but I guess not. Ferris intently listens as I explain the details of the project to her.
ところで、フェイリスはこれからどこに行くんだ？ラボか？
I'm gonna be real. I really do wish it was. What was it? Maid panda? Floating maid panda. I'm so disappointed that's not real.
失われた13の記憶を探しに。
Yeah, okay.
いや、それはやめておけ、フェイリスニャンニャン。それを知ったとき、お前はお前ではなくなるのだ。
そんにゃー。じゃあフェイリスは今のまま可愛い子猫でいろというのかにゃ。
それが神の与えし運命ということであれば。
にゃー。
Whenever Ferris and I talk, things always get weird. It's a hassle. Nope.
ということで、俺とマイリはこれからサンボで昼食を取ろうと思ってるんだが、一緒にどうだ？
本当はそうしたいんだけど無理だにゃ。
She
今
makes
からお店で仕事なん
such
だにゃ。
funny noises. No. She's so funny.
フェリスちゃん大丈夫？全然お休みしてないでしょ。それは平気。人気者だから仕方ないにゃ。
Come on, just...
にゃ
No. Ferris flashes her pearly white teeth at us in a big smile, but I can see the shadows beneath both of her eyes. She's done well to hide them with makeup, but I know those eyes. I've seen them when I look into the mirror after pulling an all-nighter. She's got dark circles under her eyes.
おい、フェイリス、お前。
I start to speak, but find myself getting cut off by Ferris herself. And also a male. Yes, I heard that people used to compete with each other by trying to lift it during some festival. It's really interesting how this thing that people used to lift over 100 years ago is just sitting here at our shrine. That is interesting. Makes sense to me. Stones are inorganic. There's nothing weird about them being hundreds of years old. I mean, you're not wrong. He's not wrong.
さてと、そろそろ行くにゃ。あ、そうだねえマユシ、悪いんだけど今日も夕方からちょっとだけお願いできないかにゃ。3時間くらいでいいんだけど。
Ferris doesn't know how to rest. She's incapable.
いいよ。ありがとうにゃ。それじゃまた後でにゃ。
Ferris waves at us before turning to head toward May Queen. I speak to Mayuri, my eyes still locked on Ferris.
なんか随分大変そうだな、フェイリスは。
マユシは心配なのです。
そもそもバイトのシフトなんて普通は店長あたりが調整するものだろ。そんなことまでやらされてるのか、フェイリスは。
それはね。
Mayuri starts to say something, but hesitates. I give her a curious look, and she hurriedly continues.
フェリスちゃんはメイドさんたちの地方。
Oh yeah, this would be like before he learned anything about her.
お姉さんなの。
ああ、そういうことか。
I was confused, like, you... That makes sense. In other words, she's like a middle manager for all the maids. It seems every industry has its tough management positions. Mayuri nods. I've always figured Ferris to be kind of childish, what with her nyan-nyans and weird delusions. That said, she seems to have a lot on her plate at work. Impressive. I can't help but find myself seeing the cat-eared maid in a more positive light. But then... Ferris suddenly screams out. Surprised, I look up and find Ferris has been cornered by a handful of men in a back alley. This motherfucker! I knew it! This fucking asshole! Why does he show up every... Get out! Go away! Get out of this... Fuck off! I hate you so much! This guy sucks so hard. I recognize the man in front. He's... Bluto.
おいてめえ、まさか今からこの店に入るってんじゃねえだろうな。
Man who was chosen by Gaia or something. This is the guy... The one redeeming quality this man has is the hilarious like name gag he gets, because his is like ridiculously long. It's like man who claims that he is man who has been chosen by Gaia or some shit like that.
いいか、これは熱くほどばしる伊達丸の血を宿した俺からの忠告だ。この店に行くのはやめておくんだな。さもないとブリリアントな罠に籠絡されちまうぜ。
I think it changed to hot-blooded dandy for a bit too. It's ridiculous. That's right. He's that weirdo who stopped me in front of May Queen and started going on about all sorts of nonsense.
マユリ、お前はここで待ってろ。
あ、待ってよ。マユシーも行くよ。
ダメだ。危ないからここにいろ。
I immediately rush over to Ferris.
おい。
なんだお前。
The men glare at me. Upon closer inspection, he doesn't seem to be your run-of-the-mill delinquent. Judging by his fashion sense, he strikes me as somebody who'd be hanging around Shibuya, not Akiba. He's also wearing what appear to be high-spec sunglasses, a necklace, and a wristwatch. The men around him are similarly decked out. These guys are more dangerous than your everyday delinquents. They can't just leave a friend in need.
フェイリスに何か用か。
お前みたいなノーバディには関係ねえ話さ。引っ込んでな。
Persona non grata? Is that even English? What's this guy rambling about? That's Latin, right? I don't fucking know. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is the best thing ever. Welcome to Makise Kurisu's Tips Corner! In this case, persona non grata means someone unwelcome, or someone unneeded. The perfect way to describe you, Okabe! Ha ha ha! Kurisu would later rub salt into the wound. Unsurprising to say the least. That was so fucking funny.
フェイリスは俺の仲間だ。
恥ずかしげもなくくだらねえことを。
The man looks around, his eyes stopping at Mayuri behind me, and then I jumped into the game and punched him. If only. He smirks and starts to laugh. You back... You...
お前、フェイリスだけじゃなく、マユシーニャンニャンとも知り合いか。
Keep your distance, buddy boy.
何
He knows Mayuri? Just who the hell is this guy? As I try to puzzle things out in my head, he starts to explain himself.
俺がなぜこの女どもを知っているかって
Not really, I just want you to go away at this
それはね
point.
一度手に入れようと思った女の顔は絶対に忘れねえからさ。
なんだと
Make them his? How can I stay calm after hearing something as demeaning as that?
なんだお前。さてはあの女の彼氏か。いきなり顔色が変わりやがったな。
Man who doesn't get it. Hold on, chatty man, sketchy man. Oh my god, it's so funny. So he is now currently man who doesn't get it.
そうではない。あいつは我が野望にとって大切な人質なのだ。貴様になど渡せるか。
そんなに怒るなよ。なに、あの女を俺のこれにしようって話じゃねえ。
I hate this guy so goddamn much. Seemingly still misunderstanding the situation, the man crudely shoves out his pinky finger. Then, after dramatically posing in the most heavy-handed way humanly possible, he pulls out a business card. I take it from him and glance down. Amusement Hospitality Planner? Hyper Cafe Producer. Entertainment Food Coordinator. His excessively gaudy business card is riddled with a confusing array of words and terms. And under them, in even gaudier font, is what appears to be his name. The Force Shido. That's right. How the hell am I supposed to read this? Wait, 4 can be read as she, and do as in degrees. He's a total chunibyo! Even the great Hoin Kyoma can do naught but recoil in embarrassment if you manage to make Hoin Kyoma cringe. You have
俺はな
you have done
見ての通り
something wrong.
世界を股にかけるハイパープロデューサーであり凄腕プランナーでありそして
That is a feat.
秋葉原メイドカフェ界に舞い降りた黒き貴公子なのさ。
You stand there dumbfounded by by the nonsense this weirdo is spouting out. What the hell is he getting at? What's the point of all this? Amidst my bewilderment, Varys angrily chimes in.
要するにフェイリスとマユシーを自分がプロデュースしてるメイドカフェに引き抜こうとしてるんだにゃ。
ありていに言えばそういうことだ。あんたからも言ってやってくれ、この女どもに。奇跡のフードプロデューサーの店で働くようにとな。
No means no, you creeper. Get out of
何
here.
度も何度もしつこいにゃ。そんな話は聞けないと言ったはずにゃ。マユシーもお断りします。
Mayuri clearly states her intent.
そんなことを言っていいのかな。いくら意地を張ってたってお前たちの働く場所はもうじき俺の店しかなくなるんだ。
Upon hearing this, Ferris's expression turns sour.
一体どういうことだそれは。
どういうことも何も秋葉のメイドカフェは全て俺の店になるんだからな。
何
Shido grins at my shocked response. He gives his subordinates what I can only assume is his signal to leave.
ま、よく考えるんだな、フェイリスニャンニャ。今俺の店に来れば3倍のギャラを出してやるぜ。お前にはそれだけの価値があるからな。その代わり俺に逆らったら二度とこの町では働けなくしてやる。
This guy sucks so much. Shido takes his men and leaves. As Ferris glares at his back, I can just barely make out the tears forming in her eyes. One moment, Ferris. I'll be right with you. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at chemistry. Oh, I did 15 swings with Samidari today. I thought I was going to faint from the heat. Be careful of heat stroke, Kyoma-san. Oh. He's doing his best. I love Ferris.
おいこら落ち着けフェイリス。
She's so angry. After everything that happened with Shido, I head to Meikuin Nyanyan with Ferris in the hopes of learning more about the situation. Ferris paces back and forth, clearly seething with rage. Even though it's lunchtime, the place is empty. That's why Ferris is showing off a side of herself that she'd never show a customer. Mayushi Nyanyan, the girl formerly known as Mayuri, places multiple apple teas onto the table. Ferris sits across from me and takes a sip. Mayushi has the most soothing presence.
で、フェイリス。あいつはずっとお前たちに付きまとってるのか。秋葉にあいつの店しかなくなるとおかしなことを言っていたんだ。フェイリス。
ごめんや、今日も心配かけて。でも安心してにゃ。残念だけど、マヨシーにはこのお店を辞めてもらうことにしたから。
どういうことだ
Why now?
そうすれば、マヨシーがあんなやつに絡まれることもないにゃ。でも
お前はどうするんだフェイリス。
心配しなくていいにゃ。自分でなんとかできるから。これは京馬山吉とは関係のないお話なんだにゃ。フェイリスの問題だから。
Well, that's just not true.
何を言っている。お前はラボメンじゃないのか。俺たちの仲間じゃないのか。
You tell her.
仲間の危機を見過ごせるほどこの法王院京馬は愚かではない。
My man.
でも
My man.
でも
Ferris looks lost and confused for some reason. She turns her gaze to Mayuri.
オカリンに相談してみようよ、フェリスちゃん。
Mayuri gently urges her.
俺に何ができるかはわからんが、まずは話を聞かせてみろ。
Ferris takes another sip of the apple tea Mayuri made, then starts summarizing the situation. Things are even crazier than I had imagined. The third Akihabara Maid Cafe War. I have no idea whether there was actually a first or a second, but the way Ferris described this great war made it sound incredibly dire. Akihabara being the place it is, competition between maid cafes had always been fierce. It's not terribly rare for Cafe A to become Cafe B only a month later. Things change quickly. But recently, something strange has started happening in the maid cafe circuit. It all started when Shido appeared. Apparently, Shido originally designed normal cafes and food courts. He eventually made use of his strong social skills to talk his way into major investment funds, which helped him to sneak into the maid cafe industry with a whole lot of cash to back him up. I can't the idea of this man having like strong social skills. Do we see those, or are those like behind? Does he have a different persona he wears when he's not being a fuck? Like, because I would not call that. I would not refer to that as strong social skills. I would not. Shido's joints were all hugely successful. And of course they were. The establishments produced by Shido had bags of money backing them up. This money was used to scout top talent from other cafes, and even bring in gravure idols. Of course, if that was the extent of it, that'd just be business. Some of the services he offered were borderline sex industry levels of skeevy. He put the competition out of business by starting price wars that they could never hope to win. Much of the competition would then fall into financial holes, at which point Shido would swoop in with the buyout. As a result, most of the maid cafes in Akiba are now backed by Shido to some degree or another. The only exceptions are Meikui Nyanyan and a handful of old, well-established shops. This whole thing is unbelievable.
すごいことになってるな。
Man's like a fucking supervillain. The Lex Luthor of maid cafes.
メイドさんがみんな辞めていっちゃうの。マキちゃんもミヤちゃんもヒメちゃんもシドさんにものすごく脅かされて。
そうか。
That would explain why Ferris and Mayuri had been working overtime. The thought of Shido's cowardly tactics begins to get up my blood boiling.
通りの向こう側を見てみるにゃ。
Prompted by Ferris, I look outside the window and spot a flashy sign on the building across from us. The picture on it is an illustration by a famous artist. Even I know who they are. The maid cafe goes by the name of Pudding Princess Mode. It takes up the second and third floors of the building. Visible from here are the throngs of customers.
あれもシドの店か。
I've always found the word throng very funny. Probably just because it sounds like thong. I'll be honest, that's probably why. I basically groan out my words, and Ferris nods, clearly frustrated.
メイドさんを引き抜かれるってことはね、今日な。お客さんを一緒に連れて行かれちゃうことなんだにゃ。
だから日曜のこんな時間だというのに。
Up until just a moment ago, I was puzzling over why the cafe was empty. It all makes sense now. This should be one of the busiest times of the day, but we're the only ones here. Actually, there were a lot of empty seats the last time I dropped in too. May Queen Nyan Nyan that I know and love would never be that empty. Yeah, where's Daru? I'm surprised he's not here, like,
でも
showing his support. What the fuck?
絶対にメイドカフェなんかじゃないにゃ。シドはメイドさんにも秋葉の文化にも全く興味がなくて、ただお金が儲かればそれでよくって。あんなメイドさんたちに露出の高い服を着せて本当は嫌がってるのに、お金で釣ったり脅したりしてエッチなポーズをさせたり。
Gross. Maximum gross.
フェリスは思うにゃ、メイドさんが楽しくしてなかったらお客さんだって心の底から楽しめるわけがないんだって。メイドさんが心の底から笑ってるからお客さんも一緒に笑えるんだって。
Ferris's eyes begin to tear up as a mix of anger and sadness washes over her.
こんなことで大事なメイクインが潰されちゃうなんて悔しい。秋葉の文化をあんなやつにめちゃくちゃにされて悔しい。
フェイリス。
フェリスちゃん。
No, I don't know much about maid cafes. I only really come to May Queen because Ferris and Mayuri are always here. I have never given other places much thought. Regardless, Shido's tactics are unforgivable. I want to do something to help Ferris and Mayuri.
よし。現状は把握した。
I loudly declare my intentions.
これより我が未来ガジェット研究所は全力を持ってメイクインニャンニャンのバックアップに入ろう。作戦名をオペレーションフレイヤーとする。異論は認めない。
Hell yeah.
待ってほしいにゃ。いくらなんでもラボのみんなにまで迷惑はかけられないにゃ。
Ferris looks puzzled.
だから気にするなと言っているだろう。この作戦に反対する奴などいない。
そうだよ、フェリスちゃん。でも
水臭いのだぜ。僕らはいつでも君の味方さ。
Has he been here the whole time? I mean, it's like, of course, but like, I was wondering where the fuck he is. He's been there the whole time. Or he just got here. Definitely one of those two. Upon hearing a voice from seemingly out of nowhere, I turn around and look toward the entrance, only to find the silhouette of a large man, posing confidently with his hand to his forehead. This bitch. Oh my god. Of course, because of how overweight he is, the pose isn't even remotely cool looking. The bag with the arrow gay character on it doesn't help his case either. Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm here to help with my porn bag.
話は聞かせてもらったお。もちろん僕も協力するからね。
Oh my god.
ありがとうみんな。
The cat girl bows her head to us, finally accepting our offers to help.
よし。そうと決まればラボ面を緊急招集せねばなるまい。だがその前に一つやっておきたいことがある。メイクインのオーナーと話がしたい。俺たちだけで勝手なことはできないからな。
This is awkward. Are you gonna tell him or should we tell him? Ferris and Mayuri reluctantly glance at each other.
どうした？
ね
Ferris licks her lips several times in hesitation. She gathers herself and looks over at me. Her voice is low.
これは極秘中の極秘なんだけど、この店メイクインニャンニャンのオーナーはフェイリスなのにゃ。
Daru flips over his chair, making a huge sound that echoes throughout the room. I like to imagine he just fell over. He just... Also, what the fuck is with the... I feel like this is the third time that's been a thing. Where, like, the voice just, like, cuts off. Weird. Just some, like that's gotta be, like, an editing or a coding thing, right? We can't contain our excitement as we look up at the super high-class, high-rise apartment building next to UPX.
すごいわね。このマンションの一番上が本当にフェイリスさんの家なんですか？
もしかしてものすごい資産家？
Yo, everybody's here.
まゆりもここに来るのは初めてなのか？
フェイリスちゃんがお店のオーナーさんなのは知ってたけど、それ以外は謎なんだよ。
そうか。
Not only does she operate a maid cafe, but she also lives in a place like this? Who exactly are you, Ferris Nyan Nyan? Anyway, I'm sure you're probably wondering why all of us lab mems are standing out here staring awestruck at an apartment building. Since the place was lacking for customers anyway, Ferris decided to close up shop at May Queen Nyan Nyan and hold a roundtable conference at her place. I imagine she actually has a round table. Her reasoning? Since everyone is going out of their way to help, I'd like to treat you all to a good meal, Nyan. But we never imagined we'd end up here. I feel terribly out of place given the way I'm dressed. Is it really okay for people like Daru and I to be here? The thought crosses my mind, but I quickly move on. There's no point standing here dumbfounded. I press the intercom button. I reflexively tense up. The speaker on the other end of the intercom sounds like quite the dandy gentleman. After stating my name and business, the auto lock on the door opens, allowing us access to the elevator hall. The hall floor is covered in soft carpeting, and an entire area has been polished to an incredible shine. Not even a speck of dust in sight. This seems more like a high-class hotel than an apartment building. Undoubtedly, we all feel incredibly out of place, but nonetheless pile into the elevator.
いらっしゃいませ。
はい。
As we enter Ferris's home, we're greeted by an older gentleman in an extremely classy suit.
どうもこんにちは。
お邪魔します。
The gentleman leads us into the living room, and we nervously take seats on the couch. How many square meters wide is this living room? It's huge, and the ceiling is so high up too. And man, that view of Akihabara through the huge windows up front is amazing.
まるで人がゴミのようだ。これは法王院教母の居城にふさわしいな。
I like how no matter what the circumstance, he will do this. It's his instinct.
今お嬢様を呼んでまいります。しばらくお待ちください。
はい、よろしくお願いします。
I reply with a polite nod, and the elderly gentleman leaves the living room with a gentle smile. Damn it, I was totally ready to go into a dramatic monologue, and now it's all ruined.
今のってもしかしてバトラーかしら？
バトラー？誰かと戦うの？強いの？
そっちのバトラーじゃないぞ、まゆり。
個人的にはメイドさんの方が良かったを。
メイドカフェで散々見てるでしょ。
メイドカフェのメイドさんとリアルメイドさんは別だよ。
そんなこともわからないのマキセ氏。
わかるか。
Why are we whispering? As the two quietly argue, the door opens and a familiar cat girl enters.
みんないらっしゃいだにゃ。
Paris is wearing her casual clothes, but for some reason she's still got her cat ears on. I mean, those are just her ears, Okabe. What are you talking about?
ああ、大勢で押しかけてすまないな。
フェイリスがご招待したんだからにゃ。
Ferris stands in front of us and deeply bows her head.
みんなどうもありがとう。
あ、いいのよフェイリスさん。事情は岡部から聞いたわ。私今回みたいなことってすっごく許せないから。
Seriously. Like, I love how just everybody's on board with, like, you know what? Fuck that guy.
僕もです。やり方がずるいっていうか。
フェアじゃないね。
金に物を言わせて人気メイドさんを囲い込むってどんだけルール違反だよって感じ。
それは絶対にやっちゃいけないことだと思うにゃ。
Considering the apartment she lives in and the fact that she has a butler, I imagine Ferris has a small fortune. Which means that she could utilize the same tactics as Shido if she wanted to. She could easily attract customers back to Meikui Nyanyan. But Ferris is resolute.
それをやってしまったらこの街はいつかめちゃくちゃになってしまうにゃ。
She's got this crazy little thing called integrity.
お金さえあればみんなの楽しみも夢も優しさも情熱も全てを踏みにじれてしまうような嫌な街に。フェイリスはそんな秋葉は絶対に見たくないにゃ。
We all feel the same way.
仲裁
Even Moika's.
してもいい。
She's like in too. She's like surprisingly passionate. I mean, for Moeka. Moeka asks Ferris, "It seems the current maid cafe issue is something of a popular topic at the editorial company where Moeka works. If all goes well, the story could end up getting featured in a magazine, or at least that's what Moeka believes."
ふむ、マスコミを味方につけられればオペレーションフレイヤの成功に弾みがつくな。
Every time this music pops up, I just have to dance for a little bit. Just it's so good.
いくらでも協力するにゃ。どんなことでも聞いてほしいにゃ。ただ一つだけお願いがあるのにゃ。フェイリスがオーナーだってことは秘密にしてほしいにゃ。フェイリスはあくまでも一人のメイドさんとしてお客さんたちと接したいのにゃ。だから
秘密にする。
シドにも気づかれていないんだよな、フェイリスの正体は。
今のところ大丈夫だと思うにゃ。
I suppose if he knew who she was, he wouldn't have been trying to scout her.
よし、それじゃあ視圧師はその線で進めてくれ。
分かった。
問題はどうやって客を呼び戻すかだが。
あのさ、月並みなアイデアだけどいい？
Kurisu raises her hand.
なんだ？
Love how formal she is.
アイデアに月並みも何もない。
うん。やっぱり1にも2にもまず宣伝だと思うのよね。例えばお店のプロモーションビデオを作ってネット配信したらどうかしら。
ふむ、PV か。なるほどな。
ニューツベとかニコニアにウップするって手もあるし、ありじゃね。
ただ俺たちは PV など作ったことないぞ。プロに頼むか？
それはしたくないにゃ。できればみんなで楽しく作った方がお店の雰囲気が伝わると思うにゃ。
That's so Ferris.
そうね。今回の場合 親近感を持ってもらうのが大事だと思う。
じゃあ俺たちで撮ってみるか。
Lukako timidly raises his hand in response.
もしよかったら、僕のお父さんが結構いいビデオカメラを持っているので借りてきましょうか。
本当か、我が弟子よ。
はい、僕が生まれてから入学式とか卒業式とか何かあるたびに張り切って新しいのに買い替えてくるんですよ。
Ha, that sounds like exactly like the sort of thing Lukako's doting father would do.
ではカメラはルカ子の家から拝借するとしよう。あとは PV の内容だが。
それならフェイリスやってみたいことがあるにゃ。
ほう、どんな？
I love the way he talks. It's so great. Oh, I miss these guys.
まだ思いついたばっかりでまとまってないにゃ。次の会議までに考えてくるからそれでいいかにゃ。
そうね。メイクインのことはフェリスさんが一番よく知ってるわけだし、任せていいんじゃないかしら。
よし、 PV の内容はフェイリスに一任しよう。
頑張るにゃ。
では次のアイデアを。前より聞かせてみろ。
実はね、ずっと前から考えてたんだ。動物さんカフェをやるのはどうかなって。動物さんカフェ？メイクインの中に動物さんを放し飼いにするの。
Turn May Queen into a fucking petting zoo?
ああ、猫カフェとかそういうやつね。
そう、それのもっとすごいやつを作るんだよ。猫ちゃんとかワンちゃんだけじゃなくて、コアラさんとかペンギンさんとか。
Oh, she's industrious. She's got the ideas.
ちょっと待て。猫や犬ならともかく
Penguins?
コアラやペンギンは厳しいだろう。
だけどお客さんは来ると思うな。
客より先にワシントン条約か何かで警察が来そうだが。
I was just thinking about it. Like, there's no way that's legal.
ちなみにペンギンというのは一部でウホの象徴になってるらしいよ。
Daru, can you not?
そんな豆知識はいらん。
ダメかな。
猫や犬にしても普段はどこで飼うんだ。世話をするのは大変だぞ。
そっか。あ、だったらね、動物さんの着ぐるみはどう？
着ぐるみ？
マユシーが作るよ、ペンギンさん。
Penguin! I like how she's doubled down on the penguin.
はにゃー、それは可愛いかもしれないにゃ。
んで、誰がその着ぐるみに入るんだ？
It's gotta be Daru, right? Like, it's gotta be like a nice big plump penguin. Everyone points directly at me. Oh.
却下だ。
No.
次、何かアイデアがあるものを。
As I look around, Suzawa quickly raises her hand.
あのさ、サバイバルカフェはどうかな。
Survival
と
cafe?
いうと、もしかしてサバゲーとメイドカフェのコラボか？
無法メイドさんが銃持ってるとかありがちだけどいいんじゃね？絶対領域に革の食い込みホルスターは神すぐる。
どうだフェイリス？
スペース的にサバゲーは無理だけどにゃ。でも店内の雰囲気をそれっぽくしてエアガンを用意するだけなら可能にゃ。
That sounds like a great idea. Nothing could possibly go wrong with that.
エアガン？なんで？
なんでって お前が言ってるのはサバイバルゲームカフェだろ。
違う違う、サバイバル料理が出てくるカフェだよ。
Ah.
サバイバル料理って一体どういう。
ね、公園の草を煮たり、線路脇の草を焼いたり。
却下だ却下。
結構いけるよ。今度ごちそうしよっか。
力いっぱい遠慮させてもらおう。
おいしいわよ。
What kind of life do you live, part-time warrior?
他に何かないか。
はい、そろそろ真打ちが発言するのだぜ。
Rejected. I don't know what it is yet, but rejected.
却下する。
I fucking knew it! No, we've given you this. We know what happens when we give you a shot, Daru. Ain't gonna happen.
いくらなんでもひどくね。
だってさ、橋田のアイデアってなんかエロそうなんだもん。
Oh, that was so funny.
フェイリスやマユリにおかしなことはさせられんぞ。
エロくねえよ、させねえよ。人を何だと思ってるんだお。
エロいだろ、させるだろ、変態だろ。
すいません。
Under Kurisu's sharp glare, Daru's big body curls up into a tiny ball.
まあまあ、二人とも橋田至の意見も聞いてみようよ。そうだよ。
Alright.
天音まゆし。
橋田至だってさ、たまにはいいこと言うかもしれないし。
Gonna hurt your wrist backhanding that compliment, Suza.
そうだよ。
ぐはー、死ぬる。
今のは割と致命傷だな。
That was pretty brutal.
って時に残酷よね。
Even someone like Daru.
僕だっていつもエロいことばかり考えてるわけじゃないのに、涙で前が見えないよ。
Oh. No, I'm not falling for it.
ほら、ダル。
He is, though.
我が優秀なる右腕よ。発言を許可するぞ。
Alright, this is it, Daru. Don't blow it. At my invitation, Daru begins muttering as he slowly stands back up.
みんな、日地産業って知ってる？
I don't. I'm gonna learn, though. A gap industry. The niche market is defined as an industry that aims to cater to enthusiasts rather than the general public. While in terms of sheer numbers, it doesn't even come close to the mainstream market, the monopoly the niche market has on a specific type of product almost guarantees profits. There's also no fear of getting caught up in price wars. Interesting. Okay. Yes, I know what a niche market
隙間
is.
産業のことね。
She also read
隙
the
間
tips.
産業。
窓の隙間を直すお仕事かな。
それは建具屋だな。
じゃあ歯の隙間を直す？
That's a dentist.
それは歯医者だ。
要するに一般的じゃないマニアックなジャンルを狙った産業ってことよ。
例えばさ、ツンデレ妹萌え全盛期の今、あえてアメコミ調の筋肉マッチョなお姉さんしか登場しないアニメを作るとか。
Otaku dumb.
そんな売れないものを作って大丈夫なの？
いや、逆に考えてみるのだバイト戦士よ。誰もやっていないジャンルなら客を独占できる。商売敵がいないのだから価格競争に巻き込まれることもない。
おう、なるほど、そうだね。
ふむ、そういう路線を狙ったらどうかということだな。さすが我が右腕、いい着眼点だ。
Alright, Daru. You win points.
却下しようとしたくせに。
でもニッチって案外難しいのにゃ。 あんまりマニアックすぎてもお客さんは来てくれないし。
もちろんそれも検討済みだお。ニッチとメジャーのちょうど中間あたりで僕らに今すぐできそうなことっていうと、ズバリ男の子しかないっしょ。
Almost as though he senses incoming danger, Lukako hugs himself tightly. My Luca sense is tingling.
なるほど、その手があったか。
悪くないかも。
アンダーグラウンド誌で結構人気ある。
Oh my god.
メイド服は大きめサイズをマユシにちょっと直してもらえばいけそうだにゃ。
I'm sorry, what the fuck is a zine? So I think is popular in underground zine? What the fuck is a zine? Am I insane? Am I can't Google it because it'll turn off the music. Zines. Is that shorthand for magazines? Is it zines? Is it? I'm gonna assume that's shorthand for magazines. That's weird though. Maybe.
やります。
Weird. Run, run,
皆さん、何か変なこと考えてますよね。
run, run for your life. Lukako seems desperate, tears forming in his eyes.
変なことではないぞ、我がパダワンよ。兄弟で卑劣な帝国に打ち勝つため、今こそお前のフォースが必要なのだ。
Oh my lord.
僕のフォースって何ですか？
フォースか、それはな。
こんな可愛い子が女の子のはずがない。
Oh my god.
やっぱり
I can't.
気に入らなければ俺の男友達がこんなに可愛いわけがないでもいいよ。
Oh my
どっ
lord.
ちも嫌です。
Lukako suddenly jumps up from the sofa, shaking his head while backing away. I stand up as well, walking slowly toward him.
ルカコよ、お前の気持ちは痛いほどわかる。だが頼む、大切な友のため一肌脱いで、そして一肌着てもらえないだろうか。
誰がうまいこと言えと。
でも僕そんなメイド服なんて。
臆するなルカコ、戸惑いを捨て新たなるステージに立つがいい。時代はお前を求めているのだ。輝けるニューカマーよ。
I'm out of breath.
今のはオカマさんとカマーをかけたのかにゃ。
だから誰がうまいこと言えと。
そんなこと言われても無理なものは無理です。
ならばこうしよう。そこにいるクリスティーナも着る。
はあ？
お前とクリスティーナ、メイド服を着て並んだらお前の方が圧倒的に美少女だ。俺が保証しよう。だから安心するがいい。
Wow! I mean, he's not wrong, but wow!
あんた何言ってくれちゃってんの？
図星を疲れて怒るのは後にしてくれ。今はルカ子を説得しているのだ。
Also, I love how he very subtly shifted. I say subtly, it wasn't that subtle. He shifted the burden of like, if you don't do this, it's your fault.
あっちこっちにムカつきすぎてどこに切れていいんだかわからん。
Well played, Okabe.
よく考えろ上手よ。
Well
これは今回のオ
played.
ペレーションに必要なことなのだ。
だったらあんたが来なさい。
な、
男の子でしょ？ 一緒にやってあげなさいよ。
Oh shit. Reversal for Makise Kurisu. This is quite the turnabout. An effective gambit.
何をバカな。
わかりました。
Lukako mumbles out his decision while wiping away his tears.
京馬さんと一緒なら僕頑張れます。
Welp.
おいこら
Well played, Okabe, but unfortunately, better played by Kurisu. Now it's my turn to slowly back away.
XXL サイズのメイド服を特注しなきゃダメだにゃ名前はオカリンニャンニャンになるのかな。
ちょっと待て。
うはん、超日地産業来た
だろお前面白がるな。俺がそんなことしても気持ち悪いだけだろ。
確かにこれ以上ないってくらい気持ち悪い。
だったら反対しろ。
まあ綺麗どころはルカシがいるからいいんじゃね。色物ってことで一肌塗りなよ。
色物だったら貴様がやれ。
いいよ。
あっさり OK しやがった。
むふふふ、こんなこともあろうかと。いつでもダルシーニャンニャンになる準備はできているのさ。
Darcy! Oh, it's incredible.
なんだお。
変態だと思っていたが。
I don't know, man.
そういう日もあったのか。
You're the one who brought it up. You're the one who suggested it, my guy.
くは冷ややかな視線が気持ちいい。あ、じゃなくて僕はメイクインのことを本気で心配してるんだお。
ダルニャありがとうにゃ。
フェイリスタン。
でもダルニャにそこまで恥ずかしい思いをさせることはできないにゃ。あ、そうだ、マヨシーのアイディアと組み合わせてダルニャン用の着ぐるみを作ってもらうのはどうかな。
Yes!
その方が
Yes!
絶対に似合うと思うんだにゃ。
Big penguin! Maximum penguin. Paris gently rejects the existence of Darcy Nyan.
うん、フェイリスタンがそういうのなら。
Rip Darcy Nyan. Don't sound so disappointed, my right-hand man.
それじゃあマヨシーお願いするにゃ。かわいいの作るよ。あとね、せっかくだからスズニャンとモイニャンも一緒にメイドさんをやってみないかにゃ。私？やめちゃった子たちの代わりにメイドさんを雇わなきゃいけないのにゃ。だったらフェイリスはラボンのみんなと一緒に働きたいにゃ。
Everybody's maids!
ラボのみんなの中にはやっぱり私も入ってるの？
俺は冗談だよな。
入ってるにゃ。
マジか。
もちろんちゃんとアルバイト料はお支払いするにゃ。どうかにゃ。飲食店の接客は経験ないけどやってみようかな。
取材の合間なら。
決まりだにゃ。
Paris gives us a huge smile.
それじゃあ予定が空いてる人は明日から早速メイクインに来てほしいのにゃ。駅前でチラシ配りをするから手伝ってにゃ。
デュオ。
The roundtable conference would continue on for a while longer, with ideas being bounced around for about 2 hours. While watching my friends exchange ideas to help Ferris, my mind begins to drift. I start thinking about how wonderful it is that all us lab mems had come together to help Ferris. I I started thinking about how wonderful it is that all us lab mems had come together to help in Ferris's time of need. I also come to the conclusion that I have to prevent Ocarine Nyan Nyan from ever being born into this world, no matter the cost.
岡部
Rip Ocarine Nyan Nyan.
逃げんなよ
Kurisu's glare burns a hole straight through my soul. The next day, a historic heat wave tears its way across Tokyo. The asphalt, having absorbed the scorching heat of the sun all morning, roasts the bottoms of our feet. Are you not wearing shoes? The external air conditioner vents on every building are open, blowing even more hot air through the streets. This is an urban heat island if ever I've seen one. One day, I, the great Hoin Kyoma, will invent a future gadget to fix this problem. Otherwise, I don't think I can survive this kind of heat year after year. Lost in thought, I find myself standing in front of Akihabara Station. My goal? To hand out flyers for May Queen Nyan Nyan. She's melting. These groans have been going on for a while now. They're coming from right behind me, but from behind a pillar in the station.
いやー、いやよ、やめて。どいつもこいつもこっちみんな。
She is dying.
おいこらマキセ・クリス。そんなところに隠れてないでさっさと出てこいマキセ・クリス。
やめ。
ほらマキセ・クリス。早くチラシを配れ。
He keeps saying her name.
レンズにぶった切るぞこら。なんで本名連呼なんだ。
There it is. Kurisu Nyan Nyan.
やっと出てきたか。
Oh my goodness gracious. Kurisu flees back into the shadow of the pillar.
おいおい、いくらなんでも恥ずかしがりすぎだろ。
だってこんな場所でこんな格好やっぱ無理よ。
Too late for that.
フェイリスとマユリを見ろ。堂々としたものだ。
メイクイーンニャンニャンですにゃ。よろしくお願いしますにゃ。皆さんで遊びに来てくださいにゃ。
あれは慣れてるからよ。初心者に駅前で露出プレイはハードル高すぎでしょ。
露出プレイってちゃんとメイド服を着てるだろうが。
当たり前でしょ。この裏切り者。
裏切り者とは何だ？
だってあんた普通のスーツじゃないの。どういうこと？
Indeed, as Kurisu has pointed out, I'm wearing a black suit. It goes without saying, but it's not mine. A mad scientist like me would never own such a suit, so I borrowed this from Ferris's butler.
仕方ないだろう。ルカ子と違って俺が着られるようなバカでかい衣装はオーダーメイドで1ヶ月以上かかるというのだから。
Got off easy. And believe me, I'm incredibly grateful that that's the case. After talking to Ferris about it, we settled on the role of Dark Butler. I'm not particularly sure what part of this look is supposed to be dark, but Ferris seemed excited about the potential to bring in female customers. Ocarine Nyan Nyan has been contained, at least for the time being. I feel bad for Lukako, but I refuse to let the beast be unleashed.
いいか、我が助手よ。初めてのことで気遅れする気持ちはわかる。だが、あれを見るがいい。
I do love the idea that Ocarine Nyan Nyan still dwells within, deep within, waiting for the chance to unleash upon the world.
やっほー皆さん、こんにちはーす。
Yeah.
ニャンニャンです。いかがっすか？すずにゃん、すずにゃん、こんちらーす。いかがっすか？じゃなくって、こんにちにゃんにゃん。いかがですかにゃ？だにゃ。
I love, dude, look at the punches. They're so happy. Ah! I needed this today. I needed this so much today. I need the overwhelming positivity.
おっといけない。みにゃさんこんにちにゃんにゃん、よろしくお願いしますにゃん。
Yeah!
ほらどうだ、バイト選手はノリノリではないか。
だってあまねさんは似合ってるし、すごく可愛いし。
自信を持てクリスティーナ、お前だってなかなかのものだぞ。
What a dick! Risu peeks from around from behind the pillar with a surprised expression on her face. The cat ears on her head are slanted forward a little.
お世辞なんて言わなくていいから。
お世辞ではない。結構いいと思うがな、俺は。
That one sounded a little more genuine. I'm ashamed to admit this, but when we all got together at Mei Queen Yanyan this morning to coordinate costumes, I could feel myself going moe for Kurisu.
何を企んでるのよ。
企んどらんわ。
あんたが変に優しい時はどうも油断ならない。
Kurisu mutters to herself, that one's not my fault. Her face turning a little red.
ねえクリスちゃん、これからマユシーチームは中央通りの方に行くんだけど、一緒にどうかにゃ。
Mayuri spots Kurisu peeking out from behind the pillar and walks over to her.
ああ、うん。
You must.
行ってこいクリスティーナ、今のお前の姿恥じることなど何もないぞ。
クリスちゃんすっごく素敵だよ。マユシーはちょっとドキドキなのですにゃ。
Mayuri clings tightly to Kurisu and pulls her out from behind the pillar.
あれれ、猫耳が曲がっちゃってるよ。
本当？
マユシーが直してあげるにゃ。
Oh my goodness gracious.
自分でやるからいいわよ。
Kurisu hurries to adjust the cat ears atop her head.
今度は逆に曲がっちゃったよ。
Let a professional handle this, Kurisu Nyan.
マユシーがやってあげるからじっとしててにゃ。
The shoppers near the ticket gate stop to watch Kurisu and Mayuri, entranced by their natural chemistry. I get it. They look more like two sisters, not related by blood, playing around more than anything else.
はい、できた。
ありがとう。
それじゃあ行くにゃ。オカリンはフェリスちゃんのお手伝いをしてあげて。
ああ、暑いから水分はちゃんと取れよマユリ。クリスティーナもな。
分かってるわよ。
そこは違うだろう。わかりました、素敵なご主人様とか言え。
殴るぞ。
That's I'm gonna bash your skull in, nya. And so, Mayuri, Kurisu, and Suzuha all headed toward Chuodori to pass out flyers, leaving only Ferris and I behind. In case you were wondering, Moeka has work, and Lukako has to help at the shrine today, so they couldn't be here to help out. Daru's busy creating a new homepage for Mei Queen Yanyan. He's also been assigned to a top-secret mission, so he's not here either. Or he's right fucking there.
っているじゃないか貴様。
マキセ氏とマユシで絶賛妄想中。話しかけんな。
Oh my god.
この変態め。
ありゃりゃ、ダルニャンだにゃ。
こんにちはフェイリスタン。なんかさ、手伝えなくてごめんね。
ダルニャンがメイクインのために一生懸命やってくれてることはフェイリスが一番よく知ってるにゃ。
フェイリスタン、 僕一生ついていくからね。
I grabbed Daru from behind by the nape of his neck.
ちょっと耳を貸せ。
なんだよもう。
守備はどうなっているのだ。
ホームページ。
それなら声を潜める必要などない。もう一つの方だ。
そんなにせかすなって。いくら天才の僕でも昨日の今日じゃハッキングは無理だろ上皇。
なるべく急いでくれ。闇プログラマーよ。
Dark programmer.
闇プログラマーってのはやめろ。スーパーハカーよりダメすぎる。
As the two of us whisper to one another, Ferris draws her face in close and cuts off our conversation.
にゃにゃ、二人とも気をつけて。見張られてるにゃ。
何？
We're being watched? Without raising my head up, I glance around the area. Cheeto's goons, eh? I check near the crowded ticket gates, station interior, and the road in front of the station, but spot nobody immediately suspicious. Still, our enemy's a real scumbag. Who knows what dirty tactics he might use to keep track of us.
蘇りし転生たるこのフェイリスと勇ましき戦士たちを貧乏の闇から無名の獣たちがじっと見張っているのにゃ。
Or Ferris.
そっちの話かよ。
I nearly fall over, all the while glancing at Ferris. She shoots me back a big smile. Daru eventually returns to the lab to continue with his mission, leaving Ferris and I to resume passing out flyers. Ferris is as experienced as it gets when it comes to this sort of thing, and I worked plenty of tissue passing jobs in the past, so things go by surprisingly quickly.
暑いな。
さすがのフェイリスもちょっと参りそうだにゃ。
With our job finished in a brisk 2 hours, the two of us head to Chuodori to give Mayuri's team some help. Some help. Help.
はい、今日な、スポーツドリンクだにゃ。
なあ、すまん。
I down the beverage. Ferris opens up her own drink, and I can hear her gulp down almost half the bottle. I feel the lost moisture from my body being replenished, but the sweating starts up again, and just like that, it's all gone.
いくらフェイリスの能力で霊気の衣をまとってみてもベンヌの嫉妬には勝てないにゃ。
ベンヌ？
フェイリスは7回前の前世でベンヌという霊長に見初められたことがあるんだにゃ。でもその時すでにフェイリスには勇者シュノークスという言い名付けがいたのにゃ。
Damn, she's already gone through 7 lives? She's only got 9 of them.
ベンヌは大いに怒りシュノークスを殺そうとしたんだけどな。間一髪フェイリスたちはこちらの世界に脱出することができたんだにゃ。けど嫉妬深い霊長はフェイリスとシュノークスのことが許せず2人でいるところを見つけると怒りに任せて焼き尽くそうとしてくるのにゃ。もう分かったと思うけど今日のは実はシュノークスの転生した姿なんだにゃ。
いや待てフェイリスニャンニャン。
She's good.
俺は前世も来世も法王隠居魔だ。それ以外の存在ではありえない。
She crafts quite a narrative.
それはリリスに植え付けられた偽りの記憶にゃ。
なんだと？
Ah, crap. If we start going on like this, we're never going to stop. It's way too hot to be doing this right now. Before things go any further, Ferris suddenly stops.
にゃにゃにゃ、サークにゃ。
Ferris suddenly starts waving her hand at someone walking from the opposite direction on Chuodori. Ferris is waving her hand at a tall yet underweight, somewhat nervous-looking man. He's wearing jeans and a t-shirt, holding what appears to be a bag with a designer lettering on it. He's also wearing a surprisingly stylish pair of glasses. On his t-shirt is a character that used to be popular from some anime or game. I can't remember which. If I recall, I think her name is Sakura? Maybe that's why Ferris yelled out Sakunyan.
サークにゃ。 久しぶりだにゃ。
Ferris happily runs up to the young man.
ああ、久しぶりだね。
最近忙しいのかにゃ。あんまり顔を見ないから心配してたんだにゃ。
ちょっと仕事がね。
Oh. The young man seems to be somewhat flustered. Whenever Ferris smiles, he hurriedly shifts his gaze. Not to mention, he's hesitant to answer her questions. I also notice that he keeps trying to hide his bag from her. Of course, Ferris has also noticed this and makes moves to finish their conversation.
それじゃあサクにゃ、フェリスはもう行くにゃ。
ああ、そう？
足型が忙しくっても体は壊さないようにしてにゃ。
ありがとう。それじゃあね。
バイバイにゃ。
The young man hurries off toward Akihabara Station. As he passes by me, I finally catch what it says on his bag. Pudding Princess Mode.
そういうことか。
A defector. That's the name of the cafe in the building across from May Queen Yanyan, the one that Shido runs. After seeing the young man off, Ferris returns to my side, pretending like nothing happened.
待たせてごめんにゃ。メイクインがオープンした頃から常連さんだった人なのにゃ。
He was a regular customer, huh? The Ferris I know treats everyone she meets like a close friend of hers. That includes when she's working at May Queen Yanyan, and even when she isn't. For example, she was just asking that young man about how work was going, and even if he was taking care of himself or not. She doesn't look at her relationships as maid and customer. To her, it's something much deeper and more personal than that. So I know that these kinds of things hit her hard. This isn't just about losing a customer. And if May Queen has lost this many customers, I can't even imagine how Ferris must be feeling right now. Have I underestimated just how hard this has been on her? As we walk together, I peek at the side of her face, her expression unchanged. Ferris is standing up straight, confidently holding her head up high and smiling, all the while waving at people who walk by. But I just can't help but feel like she's forcing herself to be this way. My heart aches at the thought.
にゃ、どうかしたかにゃ。
あ、いや。
Ferris didn't even ask that man to come back to May Queen. She realized that by doing so, she'd just make it awkward for him. Considering how kind Ferris is, that's something she could never do. Even though I'm sure she must have wanted to with every fiber of her being. I've always struggled with figuring this cat girl out, but these were her raw emotions. Her kindness, her frustration, her despair. For just a short moment, I feel as though I've finally seen the real her.
なあ、フェイリス。
にゃ。
お前何かしてほしいことないか？
はにゃにゃ。
Ferris's eyes open widely. Then, just as she's about to speak, she turns red.
今日待ってばダメだにゃ。今のフェイリスはみんなのフェイリスなんだにゃ。告白なら誰もいない夕暮れの空中都市でお願いにゃ。
誰もそんなことするとは言っとらん。
はにゃ。今してほしいことって言ったにゃ。
お前は俺に告白してほしいのか？
してほしいにゃ。
Ferris looks me right in the eyes, almost as if she's searching for something. Her light pink lips slowly open, and her little tongue licks them just a little bit. Then, in a sweet and gentle voice...
ねえ、して。告白。
Damn it.
ああ。
Oh man, I love the fact that she is like the one person who can best him when it comes to this specifically.
なんて。もう今日待ったら照れちゃってウブだにゃ。
Ferris sticks her tongue out at me and laughs. Without thinking, I start pulling on Ferris's cat ears.
猫の分際で雰囲気をもグロスるかこな。
フェイリスの大事な耳が取れちゃうにゃ。
Ferris holds down her cat ears, real tears starting to form in her eyes. I don't get it. The ears are fake, right? I take a closer look and notice that they're held to her head via clips in her hair.
ああ、悪い。
I hurriedly let go.
にゃひどいにゃ。
痛かったか。本当にすまん。
痛いとこなでなでしてにゃ。
なでなでだとこんな天下の往来で。
だって今日のしてほしいことないかって言ったにゃ。どうぞにゃ。
You've made your bed, Okabe. Now you must lie in it. Ferris tilts her head toward me.
うわ。わかった。ほら。
Left with no choice, I gently rub her head.
にゃ気持ちいいにゃ。
Ferris murmurs and narrows her eyes. She really seems like a cat right now. Then, in between her faint sighs, I hear her whispering. Whispering so quietly that I can barely make out her words.
ごめんね。心配かけて。
ね、なんだ。
Just the briefest glimpse of true Ferris. When I ask her to repeat herself, she immediately switches back into her cat girl persona and smiles mischievously at me. Just a little bit.
今日はいっぱい働いたね。
ああ、さすがに答えたな。
After working the whole day at May Queen Nyanyan, I head home along with Mayuri. I say worked, but May Queen Nyanyan was closed today, so the lab mems underwent job training. Considering none of us have ever worked at a restaurant before, you can hardly blame us for needing it. Lukako and Moeka joined us in the evening, and Ferris gave them the basic rundown. Oh, and for the record, Lukako's maid outfit still isn't ready yet, so there was no grand debut today. Mayuri's working her hardest on it.
ああ、そうだ、マユリ。ちょっと聞きたいんだが。
何？
フェイリスの好きなものとか、お前知らないか？
フェリスちゃんの好きなもの？
ああ。
そうだな。
Mayuri places her index finger on her chin.
やっぱりライネットかな。
ライネットか。そういえばそうだったな。
Rainet, short for Rainet Access Battlers. It's a card game based on the one that pops up in the super popular manga Rainet Kakeru. It's big with adults and children of all ages. Ferris is not only addicted to the game itself. That's technically correct. No, it's not correct. Is it correct? It's weird. It looks weird. Ferris, it could have just said is. Fuck. Ferris is not only addicted to the game itself, but also pretty damn skilled at it too. That's such a confusing way to write that.
もしかしてオカリンはフェリスちゃんにプレゼントをしたいの？
プレゼントというか、何か気分転換をさせてやりたいんだ。レイリスはああいうやつだから口には出さないが、結構参っているんじゃないかと思ってな。
I can't get over this shit right here. It's weird, like, hey Mayuri, did you know you're over here? Did you know you're on the train? Did you give them permission for that?
そう思う？
ああ、
だよね。
Mayuri furrows her brow and then frowns.
気晴らしになりそうなものって他にないか？ライネットと言われても、 俺はあまり詳しく知らないんだ。
それだったらね。
とにかく俺にも分かりそうなものを頼む。
Mayuri gazes up into the sky, deep in thought. Then, after groaning for a while, she claps her hands together.
そうだ、レトルト PC。
Retort PC.
レトルト PC ってなんだ？
ほら、昔のパソコンさんだよ。ラボにもあるでしょ。ペケロッパちゃんとか。
レトルト PC じゃなくてレトロ PC な。
Retort PC.
そうそう、それ。
ほう、意外だな。あのフェイリスがレトロ PC とは。
なんかね、もともとフェリスちゃんのパパさんが集めてたんだって。それを見てるうちに興味が湧いてきたって言ってたよ。
なるほど。
Retro PCs, eh? This makes things easy. I should take a look at the secondhand shops in Akiba. When I mention this, Mayuri smiles and says, Mayushi thinks Ferris-chan would like that very much. Oh, she's so sweet. May Queen Nyanyan was closed to accommodate our training yesterday, but it's ready and open for business today. Which means it's finally time for us to start working. With the store set to open in about 30 minutes, the atmosphere is tense. We're nervous. Needless to say, Ferris and Mayuri are more than used to this environment, so they do the rounds, making sure everyone is all right. My mouth is failing. I've begun to fail at speaking. Rin Rin Yan Yan! Mayuri fixes the ribbon around oh my god! Rin Rin Yan Yan, formerly known as Suzuha's neck. Her maid name, Rin Rin, is based off of the kanji character for Suzu. Oh my god. It's so great. Nope. Oh my god, it's so great. What is her name? I have to know all their names. They've all got maid names. After our flyer escapades yesterday, it looks like Kurisu's gained a little bit of self-confidence. He's still as shy as ever, but now at least she's able to act like a cat-eared maid. With literally anyone but Okabe.
って全然メイドらしくないなお前。そんなことで大丈夫か？
私このキャラで行くことにしたから。
あ？
クリスニャンニャンはツンドラっていうキャラ設定になったんだね。
That's great. Sundra? The fuck? Derived from the word tundra. It sounds similar to tsundere, but the primary differentiator is that a Sundra character is only ever aloof and acerbic? I'm not gonna Google it, but I'm pretty sure I know what that means. They never exhibit any signs of affectionate behavior. These kinds of characters are popular with masochists. The term rose to prominence after being used to refer to a certain popular anime's icy cold purple-haired main heroine. Gotcha. So her character is a rude asshole. You know what? Fair enough. I ain't trying to I ain't trying to yuck anybody's yum, you know what I mean? I love that praise. It's very funny.
大好きにゃんなんて私が言っても似合わないでしょ。
ああ、なるほど、確かに。
何を納得してるの？そうでもないくらい言いなさいよ、この DT が。
Man, she has doubled down on this. She has doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down.
お前って本当に最低のクズね。気持ち悪い。こっちに来ないでちょうだい。とまあこんな感じ。
クリスチャン上手。
That's so funny.
お客さん大喜びだにゃ。
I mean, I guess that's what they're going for, right? Everybody's got a niche. Trying to expand the niches. Oh, so she was just practicing her character? Don't scare me like that. And wait, are customers really looking for that kind of service? Again, I ain't trying to judge anybody. You're into that? Ain't my thing.
大ブレイクの予感。
You know whose thing it probably is. This man has so many things. Daru breathes heavily as he speaks, his cheeks bright red. I take back my previous statement. In case it's not already obvious, Chris Nyanyan is Kurisu's maid name. I had suggested Celeb Sev Nyanyan, but needless to say, I only narrowly avoided getting my head bashed in. I also tried to push for Shining Finger Nyanyan, that's terrible, as Moeka's name, but that got rejected as well. They went with the far more boring Moe Nyanyan. Their loss. Oh my god! Oh my goodness gracious. That is something. That is certainly something. Oh my god. Said Moe Nyanyan is currently trying her best to clean the windows. After working together like this, I realized something. Moeka is entirely incapable of cleaning. For example, Moeka was supposed to be polishing the tables right about now, but after she noticed some fingerprints on the window, she got distracted. Now she's cleaning the windows. I like how that's a consistency. Like, they kept that consistent between the last one. That's really funny. She just cannot fucking focus on a task. Oh, that's so funny. And upon closer inspection, there's a broom leaning against the wall and right next to a dustpan full of trash that's been completely abandoned. She probably got distracted by something else. She's not just like this with cleaning either, it's everything. When asked to make a chocolate parfait during training yesterday, Moeka took over twice as long as everyone else. She ended up making something that only barely resembled a parfait. The ice cream melted into a mess, there was too much chocolate, and it was all overflowing out from the glass. I've never seen someone so unskilled in my entire life.
なあ、ちょっとダメだよ。桐生萌えか、じゃなかった。萌え萌え。
I love the... What kind of customers look at like that? Again, niches. It works for somebody, I'm sure. Some customers gonna enjoy this particular one. Also, how did they get her to agree to this? Like, I mean... like, props to Moeka for coming on board. I'm just astounded how easily she's here.
ゴミはちゃんと廃棄しないとさ。あと、テーブルと窓を同時に拭くのはやめなってば。ごめん。ああ、いいよ。ゴミは私がやっとくから。
What's interesting about this whole situation is that Suzuha's doing her best to try and help Moeka out. It's almost like watching a little sister try and take care of her clumsy older sibling or something. He might make for a good combo.
Ooh.
My attention fully on Moeka and Suzuha, I hear Daru's voice coming from behind me. And then immediately after, I hear the girls let out a stunned sigh. I turn around to take a look and... There stands a beautiful young lady, fidgeting restlessly after exiting the changing room. What?
そ
That was weird.
見ないでください。
Her voice is faint, almost as if she might vanish at a moment's notice. The girl, man, is the epitome of innocent beauty. He's the polar opposite of how Kurisu was yesterday after changing into her maid uniform.
やば、鼻血が。
Oh my god. I can just barely make out Daru muttering in the corner. I hate to admit it, but even I can't look away.
やっぱり変ですよね。
変なんてとんでもないにゃ。すっごく美人さんだよ。
私本当に自信なくすな。
My pride. My pride.
私もだよ。
そんな。
His face bright red, Lukako glances over at me. I imagine he's going to give me a look of protest. Considering I'm the one who put him into this situation, I get it, but instead...
どうですか、京馬さん。僕、メイク委員の役に立てるでしょうか。
当然ではないか、我が弟子よ。お前はこの法王院京馬が見込んだ男の中の男だ。胸を張ってメイド界の女王を目指すがいい。
Okay, more importantly, what's the name? Tell me. Say it.
はい、僕頑張ります。
セリフだけ聞いてると何かが間違ってるんだけど、漆原さんだから許せちゃうわね。
これで全員揃ったにゃ。
みんな頑張ってくれだお。僕も今日は裏方として頑張るからね。
This is maybe just Lukako Nyan. Daru's penguin suit is actually a modified one we got from Tokyo Hands. Mayuri's going to make the adjustments, but she couldn't handle Lukako's maid uniform and that at the same time, understandably. So for today, Daru has his digital camera and laptop with him so he can grab photos for the May Queen Nyan website.
素敵なホームページをお願いにゃ。ダルにゃ。楽しみにしてるにゃ。
任せてフェイリスタン。ということで早速写真を1枚。
I don't know how I feel about Daru being in charge of the pictures. I mean... like that... maybe... I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. Daru starts taking photos of us. He said one photo, but he's clearly taking multiple. Some of them low angle even. Motherfucker. What did I just say?
大丈夫だお。これは僕の個人的なコレクションだから。
That's what I was afraid of. That's exactly what that was my biggest concern, is like how many of these are actually for the fucking website.
余計に悪いわ。
クリスちゃん、キャラクターが変わってるよ。
おっとっとっと、いけない。さっさと死になさい、この豚。お前のような変態がいるだけで地球の大気が汚れるわ。
She is way too good at that. That is too natural.
むわー、来たこれ。
Should we really be going down this path? I get the feeling we'll only be drawing creepers like Daru if we keep this up.
それじゃあルカにゃ。もう少しで開店だから、その前にフェイリスと一緒にお店の外をお掃除しに行くにゃ。
いきなり外で仕事ですか。
大丈夫、すぐに慣れるわ。私も昨日そうだったから。
でも
ほら、行くにゃ。
待ってください。まだ心の準備が。
Ferris takes the hesitant Luka Nyan. Ferris takes the hesitant Luka Nyan. Yes, that's actually his maid name. With her outside the cafe. And so the time to open up May Queen Yan Yan had finally arrived, kicking off our workday. That being said, Operation Freya has only just begun, so it's not like we're drowning in customers. Even around lunchtime, business is slow. Customers familiar with Ferris and Mayuri pop their heads in every once in a while, but over the course of the day, there isn't much for us to do. Seeing Shido's cafe flourishing across the street from us just adds insult to injury.
焦っても仕方ないにゃ。まだ大逆転の序章が始まったばっかりだにゃ。
Ferris's smile is as bright as ever. Hey, people. Things only start to change a little after tea time in the afternoon. I'm losing my ability to speak. I'm actually losing it. It's falling apart.
どうしよう、かわいい。
Mayuri's cosplay friends swing by the cafe after hearing about things from her. Apparently, Lukako is pretty famous in that crowd. In every event, they try to get Mayuri to convince him to cosplay with them.
ご注文を。ねえねえ、今度のイベントでライネットかけるやるんだけど、合わせしない？
ルカ君ならキラリちゃんコスだっていけるよ。
でも僕コスプレはちょっと。
I feel bad for Lukako, who's clearly struggling under all their pressure. All of this pressure. God fucking damn it. Who's clearly struggling under all of this pressure, so I head over to lend him a helping hand. Without breaking from my butler character, of course.
失礼します。お嬢様方。先にご注文をどうぞ。
This is cursed. This behavior from Okabe, cursed.
どうなさいました？
いや、どうしよう。リアルクロと来た。
もしかして二次元の壁を越えて降臨なされた？
Oh my lord. Female versions of Daru? I can feel myself wanting to interject, but I keep it all in. They might be odd, but they're still Mayuri's friends. I have to treat them well.
ねえねえ、ルカ君。はい？クロト様とはどういう関係なの
My name's not Seb.
どういうって言われても、僕にいつも優しくしてくれる方で。優しくしてくれる方。
Oh my god. This is not going to end well. The army of girls look back and forth between me and Lukako nearly in unison, then start grinning. I summon Mayuri over to the table.
何かにゃ？
Mayuri approaches us and exchanges cheerful greetings with the girls.
マユリ、ルカ子をサポートしてやってくれ。俺では全く歯が立たん。
わかった。
こんにちは。
お帰りなさいませ、お嬢様。
It's so weird. It's so weird to hear him talk like that. Even as a bit, or even as an act. I don't like it. It's weird. It's freaking me out. I take the arrival of a new customer as an opportunity to flee the scene.
キリュウちゃんいます？
キリュウちゃん。
Oh, that's Moe Moe Nyan Nyan? I point over to Moeka in the corner. Needless to say, she's continuing to fail at cleaning.
あ、いた。うわー、キリュウちゃんってば思ったより似合うじゃないの。
Female customer seems to know Moeka. As I lead her to a table, she smiles over in her direction.
おい、しやつ。萌え萌え。お客さんだぞ。
All these names.
見に来たわよ。
すみません。休んで。
いいのいいの。これも取材の一環ってことで。
Is it her boss? Like, this woman must be from the company where Moeka works. Judging by their back and forth, she's either her senior or her boss.
ねえ桐生ちゃん、今度うちで萌え系雑誌を出すんだけどさ。
ダメです。
まだ何にも言ってないじゃない。
お断りします。
別に脱いでとか言わないわよ。パンツじゃないから恥ずかしくないもん的な感じでさ。
意味わからないけどやりません。
平気平気、萌え萌えならやれるから。や
れません。
No means no, lady.
こんにちは。
Yet another customer has joined us. Things are starting to get busy.
それじゃ頑張れよ萌え萌え。
I leave Moeka behind to deal with her boss and head toward the entrance. If Moeka ever appears dressed up like a maid in a magazine, I have to make it a point to buy multiple copies.
お帰りなさいませ。
Okay.
お嬢様。
I was not expecting that. Hello.
おう
Oh
頑張って
boy.
るか
Just when I thought it couldn't get any better. Mr. Braun and his lovely daughter Nai have joined us.
何しに来たのだミスター・ブラウン。
何ってうちのバイトがここで働いてるって言うからよ、茶でも飲もうと思ってきたんじゃねえか。
そうか、こっちだ、案内しよう。
I mean, hey, business is business, right? I calmly lead Mr. Braun and his daughter to a table in the back.
うわー
Oh, my cheeks hurt from smiling so much. This must be Nai's first time in a cafe like this. Her eyes are sparkling with delight and wonder.
あれ、店長、なえちゃん
Suzuha and Mayuri spot the pair and immediately trot over.
店長、チワースだにゃん。
Busman.
こんにちにゃんにゃん。
おう
鈴葉お姉ちゃんとまゆりお姉ちゃん、かわいいね。
Just in case we needed more evidence that Mr. Braun is a dog in human skin.
おうおうおう
Hold on, I got it. Oh shit, I can't do that without stopping the music. Fuck! Never
ま
mind.
ったく
I was gonna
だ
play the other
なかなかイケてるじゃねえか。
sound thing, but it won't work.
そういいな、羨ましいな。私も着てみたい。なえちゃん、もうちょっと大きくなったらここでアルバイトするといいよ。
おっと、そいつは聞けねえ相談だぜ。うちの大事な娘におかしな虫でもついたらかなわねえからな。
Hey now. Upsettingly, Mr. Braun looks dead at me.
そこでなぜ俺を見るのだミスター・ブラウンよ。
だっておめえ、年頃になった苗がこんな格好したら絶対によからぬことを考えるだろ。
考えるわけないだろう。
なんだと？
A fierce fire appears in Mr. Braun's eyes.
そりゃあれか？うちの娘に魅力がねえとでも言いたいのか？
Mr. Braun!
そうではない。年の差を考えろと言っているのだ。
Ugh, doting fathers are the worst. Ferris quickly rushes over to the table with something in hand.
なえにゃん、こんにちにゃんにゃん。あ、猫のお姉ちゃん、こんにちは。お話が聞こえたにゃん。これプレゼントするにゃん。
Ferris is holding cat ears in her hand, the same ones that all the maids at May Queen Nyan Nyan wear.
いいのかい？悪いな、猫の嬢ちゃん。
Oh.
お礼には及ばないにゃん。 その代わりナイニャンにはこの耳をつけてブラウン管工房のお客さんにうちの宣伝をしてもらいたいにゃ。
Customers? What customers? Shit. Don't say that out loud.
おうタイアップってわけだな。大歓迎だぜ。
宣伝するよ。ほらナイニャンつけてみるにゃ。
She's good. Nai puts the cat ears on her head and smiles brightly.
なかなかいいじゃん。
そのうちマユシンがナエちゃんの着られるサイズの制服を作ってあげるね。
本当？
よかったな、ナエ。ただし、悪いやつには気をつけるんだぞ。
だからミスターブラウンよ。なぜそこで俺を見るのだ。
Oh, and about that collab campaign? I honestly wanted to yell about how it's a waste of time since the Braun Tube Workshop never gets any customers, but I didn't want to risk upsetting the man beast, so I keep my mouth shut. And so, our first day of work slowly reached its conclusion. At the end of the day, our customers mostly consisted of friends and associates swinging by, but even still, Meikui Nyanyan felt like it had regained at least some of its old hustle and bustle. Ferris was overjoyed. I do like how most of the customers were ladies. Oh, hey! Alright, perfect. I'm gonna call it here. It's short, 2 hours. I mean, I think I said that at the beginning, like, probably around 2 hours. It was, in fact, about 2 hours. Oh, this was nice. This was fun. That was good. Alright. Yep. Bye. Alright, I'm leaving now. Goodbye.